Welcome to this lesson on Solve by Elimination. Elimination is a method for solving systems of linear equations where you cancel one of the variables. This is good if both equations are in standard form. Okay, so let's talk about the steps. First, you want to line up the equations so that the variables are in columns. So the x's line up, the y's line up. Then you want to multiply one or both equations by a coefficient so that one of the variables will cancel. So you can multiply by a negative or a 2 so that the variables will cancel out. Next, you want to combine like terms and cancel one of the variables. And then you'll solve for the variable that did not cancel. Then you'll use your answer from step number 4 and substitute into one of the equations, one of the original equations, and solve for the other variable. All right, a couple of notes. If everything cancels, so all the variables, everything cancels, the system has all real solutions. If the variables cancel but the constants don't, the system has no solution. Okay, so let's try an example. So use elimination to solve the system of linear equations. So these are both in standard form, and I already have them lined up. So my x's are in a line, my y's are in a line. And I want to multiply one of these equations by a coefficient so that one of the variables is going to cancel. Now there's a lot of different ways you can do this, but I'm going to multiply this first one by -2, and I'm going to multiply everything by -2. So that's going to give me -2x minus 4y equals -8. So I multiplied all the numbers by -2. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this. Here's my first equation. Here's my new second equation. And because I multiplied everything by the same number, I didn't change the equation, the value of the equation. It's still the same equation, just multiplied by a number. Okay, so that's step 2. Now we're going to draw a line and we're going to add or subtract going straight down. So 2x minus 2x, that's 0. That's what we wanted to happen. We wanted one of those variables to cancel. Now let's add our y's. So 3y minus 4y, that's -y. Bring down my equals. And then 10 minus 8 is 2. Now I want to get rid of that negative because I want to solve for y. So I'm going to divide by -1 on both sides. So y equals -2. So that's step 4. We solved for the variable that did not cancel. Now we're going to use that answer to solve for the other variable. So I'm going to substitute it into one of the original equations. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose that second one because it's a little bit more simple. So the second equation is x plus 2y equals 4. And you can use the original. You don't have to use the one you got after you multiplied. You can use the original. So I'm going to substitute in -2 for y because that's what I got when I solved. And then I'm going to solve for x. So let's see. 2 times -2, that's -4. Then I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So x equals 8. So my final ordered pair answer is 8, -2. Make sure you write your x first and then your y. Okay, let's try that again. So on number 1, I already have my variables lined up in columns. And I don't even have to multiply by anything on this one because look, y minus y, that's 0. It's already going to cancel. So I'm just going to add or subtract going straight down. 2x plus x is 3x. 19 plus 11, that's 30. Then divide by 3, so x is 10. Then I will use that 10 and substitute into one of the original equations to solve for y. So I'm going to use the second one here. I'm going to substitute in 10 for x. So minus 10 minus 10. All right, so make sure you bring down that negative with the y because whatever is in front of a term stays with it. Now I need to get rid of that negative by dividing by -1 on both sides. So y is -1. So my final answer is 10, -1. All right, number 2. Again, there is more than one way you can solve these. You can multiply by more than one thing. I would try to multiply by the smallest number possible. That will allow you to cancel out the variables, but it's up to you. So I'm going to use this right here because it's already one positive, one negative. I just need to make that y a 2y so that it will cancel with that positive 2y. So I'm going to multiply the second one by 2, which is going to give me 10x minus 2y equals 6. All right, so I'm going to rewrite them with my new equation, and I'm going to go straight down and combine like terms. So x plus 10x is 11x. 2y minus 2y, that's nothing. That's what we wanted to happen. We wanted it to cancel. And then 5 plus 6 is 11. All right, now divide by 11. So x is 1. Then I'm going to use that 1 and substitute back into one of the two equations. It doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to use the first one to solve for y. So x is 1. All right, we want to solve for y, so I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. Then divide by 2, y is 2. So my final answer is 1, 2. All right, you can stop the video now and complete your practice.